Hey guys, before we start, I just want to apologise for how little I've been uploading recently. I've had a lot of stuff on. I've been commissioned for some Christmas artwork, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. Plus just wrapping up the end of university, just making sure that there's nothing that I've forgotten. And I want to thank you guys for sticking with me. I want to thank you for all those who leave comments and who like and who have subscribed. You guys mean the world to me. I know I say it all the time, but I really do mean it. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this channel. Recently, I've just been in a place where, my motivation's been low, and yeah, I gotta try and find the strength to keep going, but I just want you guys to know that you leaving likes, comments, and everything, it really does help. It really does help me, realize why I enjoy doing this. So I just want to thank you all so much for being patient with me. And also, guys, if you are a regular viewer of my channel, please check that you're still subscribed, because YouTube is doing this funny thing where they keep deleting subscribers. I have no idea why. A few days ago I was at 156 subscribers and now I've gone back to 154. I have no idea why this happens, but, just to be on the safe side, guys, make sure you're still subscribed, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. Yeah, thank you ever so much for all the support, guys, and I'll see you in the video. Hey guys, and welcome to another Doctor Who action figure review. In today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the final B&M set for Wave 2 of the 2021 B&M sets, and that is the 5 Doctor set. So this is the set that I wanted more than the rest, but sadly took a little bit longer to get. Ironically, my uncle found it in the exact same B&M that he got the other ones from. If you haven't seen the review of the rest of the sets, please go and check it out on my channel. It's doing very, very well views-wise, and I have you amazing guys to thank for that, so thank you so much. But we finally getting around to reviewing this one, which is the one that I'm most excited for, so let's get straight into it. So I do have both variants. There are two variants of this set to look out for. One of them includes the Cyberleader, and the other one includes just a standard Cyberman. Which one you get is entirely up to you. The third Doctor and the Raston Warrior robot are exactly the same. There's no difference with them whatsoever. It is purely just one set has the Cyberleader, one set has the Cyberman. In terms of paint-wise, they're exactly the same. It's just the handlebars on the Cyberleader happen to be black. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I will choose to look at the standard Cyberman, and the reason why I'm doing that is because the Cyberleader is technically a chase variant. Like, he's exactly the same in every way, just the black handlebars. So we'll put him to one side for now. But the boxes are exactly the same. We'll just take a quick look at those. So taking a quick look at the box, standard viewing window in the front, a crappy new logo at the top, very bland and boring packaging, uninspired, very difficult to spot on the shelf, some usual legal rubbish on the bottom. Viewing window continues on the side, includes the third Doctor, Raston robot, and Cyberman. On the back, you have a picture of the standard Cyberman, the Raston robot, and the third Doctor. Now, I'm just going to say right now, guys, it doesn't matter whether you have the normal Cyberman or the Cyberleader, the picture is exactly the same. So it does not show the Cyberleader on the other box. And just to prove it, here is the other box. As you can see, exactly the same. Here we have the 5 Doctors figure set, 1983. And on the top you have a continuation of the viewing window and just more legal rubbish. Inside the box you do get included this very nice diorama, which is of the area on Gallifrey in the Death Zone, where the fight between the Raston warrior robot and the Cybermen takes place. The Raston warrior robot comes out of this kind of cave, and then here's a little Easter egg. You can even see a Cyberman getting shot with one of the Raston warrior robot's arrows. So, yeah, not too many Easter eggs in this one, or not ones that I can spot. It is literally just the cliffside with this one Cyberman here. But still, a fitting display if you want to use it to display your figures in. Okay, so first of all, we'll take a look at the Third Doctor. So, I have to say, I personally think that this Third Doctor is a very, very nice variant. I think the colours look very good. The detail is very nice. It does come with the rubber cloak, which is always a good thing to see. I always think it adds something a bit extra to a Third Doctor. Now, I've just realised that this is the first Third Doctor in the B&M wave to have a coat. Initially, it was just the Talons of Wen-Chiang Fourth Doctor, so this is very nice to see. For those of you who've jumped on board collecting Doctor Who figures with the B&M sets, then this will be a nice change for you to get a Third Doctor figure that actually does come with his cloak. This Third Doctor is as he appeared in the Five Doctors, obviously, so he is considerably older in that story than he is in his era, so they have given him white hair with grey wash, but then they have given him this colour hair before on previous figures, so there's nothing really to differentiate it face-wise from any other Third Doctor figure. He has the very nice and neat tidy paint, the white lips which make him look dead, and the very weird green eyebrows. I really wish they'd stop doing that. I've no idea why they keep doing that. Please focus. Yeah, there we go. Eyes are very neatly painted on mine. Sculpting is really, really good. You can tell without a doubt who that is. And we actually have a new shirt sculpt, which is nice. Now, I'm not an expert on the Third Doctor's costume, even though he is my favourite classic series Doctor. You know, I don't notice every single detail. That's for hardcore Doctor Who nerds. But apparently they have given him a new shirt sculpt, which is good. You know, I'm always for more accuracy, so I think that's fantastic. That they've been able to do that. Apparently, they've had to actually retool the head in order to get it to fit on, which, another thing, the head can actually rotate now, which is something that John Pertwee figures were notorious for not being able to do. The heads would be so stiff, you wouldn't be able to move them at all. So, that's really good. You've got, as far in terms of detail, you've got this very nice, I love how the outer line of the red velvet has this nice lighter red colour going around it, and then you have the nice sculpt of buttons, the pockets and the creases here and there. Very, very good. I do wish that the trousers and the legs wouldn't be just one colour. Sorry, the trousers and the shoes. It's literally just one colour. This seems to be something that's quite common on Third Doctor figures. They put so much effort into the top half, but then the bottom half is quite bland. I mean, it is probably accurate to the story anyway, but I don't know, maybe just a slight change in colour to differentiate them. Saying that, though, he does have much more darker soles on the shoes, so yeah, it just highlights them a little bit, which is nice. I love how they've painted the cuffs white, and they've done it very, very neatly, you know, just to differentiate them. And then, of course, you have the cloak. You've got this really well done pattern. I have to say, I'm not a big fan of the mustard colour. I don't think that looks nice. I never actually noticed, in all honesty, in the Five Doctors. But yeah, the cloak looks very nice. It's a very soft rubber, meaning it's very, very easy to get off. A lot of Third Doctor cloaks used to be ridiculous. Like, look at that. That just slid straight off. And then you have without the cloak. So, yeah, it's nice and pliable, which I really like. Third Doctor cloaks used to be, like, rock hard, and you worry that you'd break the figure trying to get it off. That's how it was with my Carnival of Monsters Third Doctor, which is why I'm never taking it off again, because I nearly broke the arms. And then to slip it back on, it's simple enough. In saying that, I bet you I won't be able to do it now. You guys get to suffer with me while I do this. Oh no, that's... There we are. Just have to lift it up a bit. Yeah, that curves around really nicely. So yeah, that's very simple. So I really like that. I like that character have gone with the decision to make the cloak a much more softer PVC. It just makes it so much easier to remove it. Now, because I got 2 sets, I decided to keep my other third Doctor, but I'm just going to have him without his cloak, and I'm actually going to display him. I'll display him somewhere in his era. I know those of you might be like, but he never wore that costume. Well, I don't have many third Doctor figures, so, you know, it's actually quite nice to have 2. So we'll put him aside for now, and then we'll take a look at the Raston warrior robot. This is the figure that I think most people are excited for in this set. Now, if you've seen the 2 androids earlier on when I reviewed them, it's pretty much exactly the same. It's exactly the same body, just painted in this nice silver. However, one thing I do like is that they've made the boots a much more shinier silver just to differentiate it. Yeah, I've got a slight brushing on the bottom of black just to make it look dirty, which I guess is nice, but personally they didn't have to do that in my opinion. Brand new hands, as you can see. This is my first real complaint. I don't like these hands. I think they look silly. I understand what character we're trying to do. They were trying to show the actor in the, you know, the real fingers in the glove. But if you actually look at pictures of the Raston warrior robot, you can roughly see the fingers, but they're still pointy, you know, and quite big. And this hand looks ridiculous. It looks like someone from Star Trek is doing the peace symbol. So I really don't like that. I have to say that that's my biggest complaint with this figure. Another really disappointing thing is that it doesn't come with an arrow accessory. It's just like, you know, I'd have loved if they could have maybe like drilled a little hole there and you'd have had this little plastic arrow that you could just insert in so it looked like it was firing it. Or maybe they could have got the Cyberman, put a little hole in the chest so you could actually insert the arrow into the Cyberman and make it look like it had been shot. You know, I think that would have been a really good gimmick for the set, you know, would have made it much more desirable. In terms of the head, it is actually different from the androids, contrary to what people think. It's not just the android head sculpt painted silver, it's actually bigger. It's got a much more bigger head, and it actually goes over the body sculpt, which is interesting. And also it has an extra panel at the back, which the androids didn't have. It was just the front. But on the Raston, there's a whole extra panel at the back, and I love how they've used the shiny silver to kind of differentiate it from the rest of the sculpt. Very, very nice. I really do like that. So it looks cool. I do think the body shape doesn't quite work as well as it used to, but I suppose I can't really see another body that they could have gone for this figure. So, you know, for the most part, it does work really fine. And yeah, it's a great figure. So lastly, we'll bring on the Cyberman. I mean, if you've owned an Earthshock Cyberman or you have the Attack Cyberman from the 2017 B&M set, you will pretty much know everything to expect with this figure. It's exactly the same as the Attack Cyberman, it just has a silver gun. And it also has bronze highlights, well no, not bronze, that kind of sandy colour highlights on the boots, which is correct. Their boots did look like that. I think that may be where the silver paint was wearing off, because, you know, whatever colour these boots were before they were spray painted silver, I think that's showing through there. Yeah, the detail on these figures is always incredible. They always do such a good job with these, like all the detail of the little hoses and the mesh texture. You've got a silver with a sort of grey wash over to make it look really, really just highlight the details. And then the helmet and the chest plate is a nice bright silver. Really fantastic detail on the face. I have to say, for me personally, I do wish they'd stop painting the eyes black. I know it's something a lot of people like, but I just rather they kept them silver, how they actually look in the story, you know. I have to admit, though, on camera, it does look really nice. So yeah, that's good. Really like his gun. You can just have it in his hands there. And as I said before, the Cyberleader is exactly the same, just with the black handlebars. So if you have quite an army of these Cybermen, then you go for the Cyberleader variant. I mean, that's no-brainer. You know, you might want to consider picking up both versions. I understand if you don't, because, you know, £20 just to get one more figure, I do understand. Personally, I would probably go with the Cyberleader version if you had to pick one, you know, just because it's more than likely that you already have one of these standard Cybermen somewhere in your collection. But yeah, I hope I can pick a few more of these up individually. So yeah, really great figures. So turning to articulation now, on the third Doctor, his arms can go up, but are hindered if the coat is on. If the coat is off, they can do a full 360. You have a full 360 at the bicep, 90-degree bend on the elbow, full 360 at the hand. As I said, you can rotate the head left and right. You do have a full 360 at the waist. The legs can kick forward really far, about 90 degrees. You have a full rotation at the top of the leg, a 90-degree bend on the knee, no foot articulation, sadly, but that's fine. Now for the Raston Warrior Robot, his arm can do a full 360 as well as come right the way out to 90 degrees. He has a full 360 at the bicep, a 90-degree bend on the elbow, a full 360 at the hand, a full 360 at the head, full 360 waist swivel. Legs can come out not very far. The sculpt seems to hinder them. I'm not really sure why, but they can go out really, really far. You have a full 360 rotation at the top of the leg, as well as a 90-degree bend at the knee. So if you've seen my Android reviews or my Sensorites, exactly the same articulation because it is exactly the same body. Now, lastly, for the Cyberman, the arms can come up but are hindered by the chest piece. I wouldn't advise that you force it because you might scratch the paint off. You can do a full 360 at the bicep, but you do have to bring the arms out in order to do so. You have a 90-degree bend at the elbow, full 360 at the hand, no articulation on the head because it's all one piece, but you know, the heads didn't really move anyway. You have a full 360 at the waist. The legs can come out not very far, but far enough really. No rotation at the top of the leg, but a 90-degree bend at the knee and a full rotation at the boot. So very standard articulation on these Cyberman figures, but to be honest, it's all you need really, because you know, the Cybermen aren't going to be doing gymnastics anytime soon, so yeah, it's all you really need for these figures. So overall, what do I think of the 5 Doctor set? Well, I love it. In my opinion, it is the best set of the Wave 2 Doctor Who B&M figures. I think, for me, it's a close call between this and the first Doctor and Tardis set. I honestly can't decide. I absolutely loved the 5 Doctor story when I was a kid, and the Raston Warrior Robot versus the Cybermen is one of my all-time favourite scenes in the show's history. The fact that we're finally getting a Cyberleader in this set, as well as the Raston Warrior Robot, which, to be honest, is a figure I don't think any of us ever imagined we'd have. A very nice variant of the third Doctor, version that will go very nicely in the 5th Doctor shelf to help give it some diversity instead of it just being 5th Doctor figures over and over again. This set makes for a wonderful addition to the collection, and I'd highly recommend tracking it down if you haven't done so already. Okay, so that's going to be it now for this review, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and stay safe and happy wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. So once again, guys, I'd like to thank you for tuning into this review. Here I just have a quick overlook of the entire B&M wave as a whole. Overall, I think this wave honestly has been the best wave we've had since the 2019 figures. As much as I did love the 2020 figures, I just felt as though there were too many human characters and not enough monsters. I feel like character has definitely had more of a balance this year. However, it would be nice to maybe get a monster that isn't a robot. You know, that might have been nice because we got 3 robots, but still, they're characters that we've never had before and characters that I don't think we ever thought that we would have. The Daleks are very good. This extra feature of the mutant reveal is really, really incredible, and I don't think it was something we were ever expecting, nor was a First Doctor and TARDIS, and not only that, but probably one of the most accurate TARDISes that character has ever made. We finally have a Cyberleader for the Earthshock/Attack Cybermen and not just the Silver Nemesis ones. We have a very nice variant of the Third Doctor, which is very good, one that I'm very happy to have. A pupil silver Dalek, which is nice. It's something interesting. Sadly, though, we do have yet again another Emperor's Guard and yet again another 5th Doctor, which I'm getting really sick of now. I do wish character would stop. You know, we've got so many of them, and as I said, my 5th Doctor shelf just consists of 5th Doctor figures. So that's annoying. The 2 android figures are a great addition, as well as the Raston Warrior robot. 3 robots that I loved as a kid, and these 2 scared the daylights out of me when I was younger. Plus the inclusion of the Earthshock bomb is a nice accessory. And my only other complaint would be the trousers on the First Doctor. I really, really wish that they would stop using those trousers and just give us the proper ones, you know, because I would like an accurate looking First Doctor on my shelf. But overall, I am going to give this wave as a whole a solid 9 out of 10. I think this is unmissable if you are a fan of the classic series of Doctor Who and you're a fan of collecting Doctor Who action figures in general. This is a must-have. You must track all of these sets down. If you were to ask me which one would you pass on, I'd have to say the History of the Daleks set 6, purely because I've had my fill of silver Daleks, you know, even though I do like the pupil one here. Ranking the sets from worst to best, I would say least favourite History of the Daleks set 6, then followed by the Earthshock set. That's not to say it's a bad set, it's just the inclusion of the 5th Doctor, you know. Then followed by the Planet of the Daleks set, and then, honestly, I struggle to choose, so I'm just going to say it's a tie between the First Doctor and TARDIS and the 5 Doctor set. If you're low on money and you can only afford 2 of the sets, I would highly recommend that you go with the First Doctor and TARDIS and the 5 Doctor set. Although if you can squeeze in another £20, pick up the Planet of the Daleks set, you won't regret it. So, thanks very much, guys. Thanks for all the support you've given me. Thanks for watching my reviews. Stay safe and happy wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.